Hi, K-pop lovers. Welcome back to our channel. Before we get into this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, drop a comment below telling me what you think about Chiquita's voice, and share this with a fellow monsties. Okay, now let's go. Because I promise you, by the end of this video, your entire perspective on Chiquita's voice is going to completely shift. And if you think you already know everything, stay with me, because what the vocal coaches are actually saying behind the scenes will genuinely catch you off guard. Let's be honest for a second. When most people talk about babymonster's vocals, the conversation almost always starts and ends with a high-end. And yes, a high-end is incredible, nobody is disputing that. But here's the thing that the vocal coach community keeps coming back to, quietly but consistently. Chiquita, the magne of the group, born February 17, 2009 in Thailand, may be sitting on one of the most uniquely special vocal tones in all of fourth-generation K-pop. And this is not a fan opinion. These are trained professionals whose literal job is to analyze voices, and they keep gravitating toward her. So let's break down exactly what they found, what they said, and why it matters. The moment that really cracked everything open for Chiquita's vocal reputation was Lee Mujin Service episode 189, which aired on November 4, 2025. If you don't know Lee Mujin Service, it is one of the most respected live music platforms in Korea. Completely stripped down, acoustic, raw, no heavy production, no layers of processing. Just your voice and a microphone in front of the world. And Chiquita walked onto that stage and performed not one, not two, but 4 songs. She opened with babymonster's own, Supa Dupa Love, then covered, Bye Bye My Blue, by Yerin Beck, followed by Ghost Town, by Benson Boone, and then something completely unplanned happened. During the show, she mentioned that Olivia Rodrigo is her favorite artist and Traitor is her favorite song, and Lee Mujin asked her to sing it right there on the spot. She did. And then she closed the episode with a duet performance of I Love You 3000 by Stephanie Potry alongside Lee Mujin himself. 5 songs. Completely live. And she handled every single one of them like it was nothing. Now stay with me here, because what happened next is exactly why we're making this video. Just 2 days after that episode aired, on November 6, 2025, vocal coach Chiquita uploaded a full reaction and analysis video. Chiquita is a professional singer and vocal coach with over 550,000 subscribers on YouTube, someone who has been analyzing K-pop vocals seriously for years. And her response was not casual. She did not just watch and enjoy, she broke it down technically. And what she kept coming back to was Chiquita's vocal color and tone. Not just the notes she was hitting, but the texture and quality of the voice itself, that soft, fluttering, emotionally warm quality that makes her voice feel distinct from everyone else in the group. That is not something you can manufacture. That is something you either have or you don't. And according to Chiquita has it. Another YouTube channel that reacted to the same Lee Mujin episode captured the sentiment perfectly in their title alone. Chiquita might be the most underrated vocalist on babymonster. And once you watch that full performance, it is genuinely hard to argue. But here is what I really want you to lock in on, and this is the part that separates a good vocalist from a potentially great one. Chiquita did not just praise what Chiquita sounds like today. On her TikTok, she specifically highlighted that Chiquita has grown enormously since babymonster's last evaluation era, pointing to the spontaneous Traitor cover on Lee Mujin as the clearest evidence of that growth, better emotional delivery, more vocal maturity, more control. In 2 years. A professional vocal coach tracked measurable, visible growth in 2 years and documented it publicly. That is a big deal. Because it means this is not a ceiling. This is just the beginning. And then came Locked In, and this is where the vocal coach community went from interested to genuinely obsessed. In 2026, Rora and Chiquita performed babymonster's track, Locked In, on Begin Again, another highly regarded live acoustic performance show in Korea. The reaction from the professional and musical community was immediate and overwhelming. Chiquita came back with another full reaction video, and this time the energy was on a completely different level. One vocal coach's video title said exactly what everyone was thinking: "Locked In from Babymonster is incredible. I am almost sad it did not make the title track." Justin Burke, a vocal coach and singing instructor with his own teaching platform, dropped a dedicated reaction to the Rora and Chiquita Locked In performance as well, and he was not alone. Multiple vocal coaches and musician reaction channels uploaded videos within days of each other, all arriving at the same conclusion independently. One musician reaction channel described the moment Chiquita's voice blended with Rora's as something genuinely extraordinary, a combination that hit harder than anyone expected. The phrase that kept appearing across these reactions, in different words but with the same meaning, was this: "We were not ready for this." And that right there is the thing about Chiquita's voice that no amount of highlights or fan edits can fully prepare you for until you hear it in a completely raw, live setting. It is not about volume. It is not about hitting the biggest notes in the room. It is about tone, color, and emotional authenticity, the things that professional vocal coaches will tell you straight up cannot be taught. You can coach technique. You can build breath support, improve resonance, refine placement. But you cannot teach someone how to make their voice feel like something. And Chiquita's voice feels like something. It has a gentle intensity that pulls you in quietly and holds you there. Whether she is moving through an acoustic ballad on Lee Mujin, delivering "Traitor" completely unprepared in the moment, or locking in with Rora's voice in a way that stops professional musicians mid-sentence, the quality is consistent, and it is real. The vocal coach community does not hype things for views. They analyze, they critique, they use technical language, and they call it exactly as they hear it. When multiple trained professionals, independently, across multiple platforms and multiple performance moments, keep arriving at the same verdict about one artist, that is not noise. That is signal. And the signal around Chiquita right now is loud. She is 16 years old as of 2026. She already has performance moments on record: Lee Mujin episode 189, the spontaneous "Traitor," the Locked In, Begin Again stage, that vocal coaches are actively studying and referencing. And she is still growing. If this video did what it was supposed to do, you are walking away from it hearing Chiquita's voice differently than you did when you clicked on it. And honestly, that was the whole point. If this opened your eyes, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel more than you know. Subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. Share this with someone who still sleeps on Chiquita's vocals. And comment below, did you already know she was this good, or did this video change things for you? I read every single comment. See you in the next one. Annyeong.